careful as you're walking.
Yeah.
That's Kyle, by the way.
Kiah.
Kiah?
Yeah, that's right.
How do you spell it?
Kiah.
Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Kiah?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a little weird one.
Kyle? Kiah. Kiah? Kyle.
Very nice.
You go to school here?
I do, right at Seattle Central.
What are you studying?
I'm just getting my AA right now, but I intend to study linguistics.
Linguistics?
Yeah.
Like, tell me a little bit more about that.
Just studying like what makes up a language, stuff like grammatical structure and like semantics and other stuff of that nature.
Do you want to use that in some form?
Yeah, absolutely. My intent is to become an English teacher, like for English as a second language.
Okay.
And I'd like to travel around a little bit and teach English.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks.
So we're asking people. He's pretty good about walking backwards.
Yeah, I'm
so don't worry.
impressed.
Every once in a while, I'll tell you if somebody's coming.
Yeah.
So we're talking about like the spiritual climate of Seattle.
Spiritual climate? Okay.
I mean, when I say that, what comes to your mind first of all? Just when I say that. First thought.
Okay, honestly, it just kind of makes me think of a lot of different like religious denominations that could be present in the city.
Okay. Like, give me a couple examples.
Well, I think it extends past just organized religion too. There's a lot of kind of like New Age spirituality that's pretty popular here.
Okay.
You know, stuff like Wiccan shamanism and I don't know. Of course, organized religion's pretty popular.
Do you have a specific belief camp that you would follow into?
No, I wouldn't say that I do.
So,
I would, I guess, agnostic.
Agnostic?
Yeah.
So, not an atheist, but an agnostic?
No, I would definitely say agnostic.
Okay, so wait, hang on. Just for an illustration's sake. Agnostic meaning, let's do this. Atheist meaning no God.
Yeah, and agnostic meaning maybe.
You're sitting on the fence saying maybe there's something.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the position that like I have no reason to believe that there is, I have no reason to believe that there isn't. And
what do you think it would take
in
order to believe? What would it take to believe that there really is God? What do you think? Give me like something you're like, if I had this happen.
Man, I don't know. I'm not sure that it could happen.
Did you ever grow up a certain way? More no God at all or believing in God?
Actually, that's interesting. I went to church when I was young, up until like every Sunday until I was maybe 15. And yeah, I would say that I solidly believed in God until I became a bit older.
What happened then at 15?
I just think I started to think about it a bit more. And I started to think like, I don't know, I started to read a lot of different like philosophy and like, I just kind of came to my own personal conclusion that there isn't some kind of like all-knowing creator out there that kind of like dictates our lives. I just see this as like, life is just kind of just this cosmic accident in its own way. And I think it's awesome. I think it's incredible and beautiful. And I love it because it's just such a anomaly. But I don't think that there's necessarily any creator who meant it to be.
Do you think there's order to this world, though, despite...
Oh, absolutely. I think that there's definitely just a force that pushes life to exist, and wherever it possibly can. And life, you know, there are creatures that eat each other to continue to live, but more than that, there's creatures who live side by side with each other.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it's just, like, entirely chaotic, necessarily.
Last question. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
really
no
appreciate
problem.
it. Last question. So, just go along with me for a second. If I said Jesus Christ died on the cross, rose again third day, historically true?
Probably, yeah.
What would you say you would have a problem with him doing that then?
Him rising on the third day? Well,
if you think it was true historically...
No. What I say it was true historically is the fact that he died on the cross that day. I don't necessarily know about him rising 3 days later. And I think that rising can also be a very figurative term. I think that it could talk about his, the religion that he was preaching rising. I think it could mean a lot of things.
So if he did rise again, let's just say this.
All right,
would that get you off the fence?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It would?
Yeah, no doubt. But for me, you just have to see it to believe it.
All right, here's my gift for you. In your spare time, do you own a Bible by chance?
I do.
In your spare time, whenever you're sitting on the fence, just as you're sitting there, there's 5 verses, okay? And it starts in the yellow, and then it goes to the black all the way to the green.
Green is last?
Green is last, yellow's first. In your spare time, as you're sitting there, just say, is this true?
All right.
See what happens.
So can I ask what organization you guys are with?
Revive Seattle.
All right.
So the Seattle Times actually wrote an article about us.
Really?
In Asheville, North Carolina.
So what church do you guys do then?
We work with multiple churches on multiple hills.
Really?
So there's 7
That's really
hills.
interesting.
And I just think that it's time that the church starts being unified.
Cool.
So
That's great.
And the way we encourage people, it says in the Bible that when the church starts coming together, acting like one, it says that the world will then truly believe the Father sent the Son.
Cool.
So
I wish you the best then.
Lord bless you. Thanks, Kiah. Thanks for talking, man.